Today's page is about friendship. Gary was his best friend for years. They were both musicians. Gary was like a brother to Henry. He loved him like a brother. When Henry passed away, he wanted Henry's guitar, so he bought Henry's Gretsch. Here comes the kitty again. She wants to see what I'm doing. So this page is dedicated to Gary and Henry. This is a not good photo, but it's a photo of them playing together at Gary's mother's memorial. Gary lives in Michigan, and Henry lived in Ohio for many years, 30-some years. So I'm sure they didn't get to spend as much time together as they would have liked, but when they did, you could tell just by the look on their faces how much they cared about each other. So I want to dedicate this timeless paper page. That's what this was called, timeless. And I want to dedicate it to the two of them. Henry had written a poem that he wanted to put to music, but he never had the opportunity to do that. So I gave Gary the poem and let Gary write the music and sing it. So I will have the link if you're interested in hearing it. It is just a love story. It is to me it was just beautiful, and just that Gary took the time and did this for me means the world to me, and I just want to put it on this page because it meant so much to me, and I know it would mean a lot to Henry too. So this page I'm dedicating to the two of them. Let's see, which way do I want it? Well, first off, I need to trim it. I'm just going to go ahead and trim it. We all went to school together, which makes it even more special. And to think after all those years, I would meet up with Henry, and, we would eventually get married and all that. It was just, it was amazing. So this one here, I am going to trim it down quite a bit too. I don't need the amp, because I want to put that other picture there. He wanted Henry's guitar, so he bought that from me. And I really appreciate it. That was very kind of him. And he has taken it on gigs, and he's really, he always shares it with me that he has done so, and I appreciate that. So I want to keep the timeless theme here, but I also want to add, I don't know if I can add this whole thing or not, but I'm going to try. But I think I'm going to trim this up instead of tearing it. I think I'm going to cut it out loosely because it is very important, to show. You can see by the look on his face how happy he was to get that guitar. And it was one of Henry's favorites. Actually, if it was my nephew got his other favorite, so that was so wonderful to know that the people that really truly appreciated him and loved him have something that was very meaningful to him. So I'm going to trim this up a little bit more. I think that'll be good like that. So I think this is a good spot right here. Maybe that's a good spot. I just have to move it around. Oh no, this is a perfect spot right there, because now he's sitting on the clock face. And these are, it's about time, years gone by, and how time has kept friends together. I think I'm going to do the same with this. I'm just going to cut out the background. The background isn't all that interesting, so. But anyway, I like to do stuff like this. I guess you could call it similar to scrapbooking. It's kind of the same thing, but this is a glue book. It's a little different. Okay, I'm going to put that one there. I kind of like, yeah, I kind of like that. And then I'm going to put this one over here in this blank space. Do I want, maybe I'll cut out the edge and leave the center. But, you know, it really helps me to stay focused on what really matters. And the only thing that really matters in life is love. Well, I like that. I think that's going to look really good. I think that's a perfect spot for it. So even though the time has gone by, the friendship is still there, you know. He still loves him. He still cares a lot. So dedicating this page, I don't really need to add too much to it. The song is sweet. It was written by my husband for me about when we first met and our relationship. And I think that's, you know, just says a lot. I'm going to take that. I usually like raggedy edges, but for some reason I'm just not liking it today. Alright. So then that can go right there. I mean, you can't see these hands, but that's okay. I wasn't thinking about that when I started cutting it. But it's all about the memories. It's not really about, you know, perfection. I'm going to trim that a little bit more. I don't really like that. So I'm really happy that I decided to do this. I had to print all these pictures and then take photocopies because I didn't want to ruin the pictures. And I have a lot of pictures that I've already printed, but these I didn't. For some reason, these were not printed. So I have a whole dresser full of prints. So, but that's okay. It does not matter. Two friends. And even though Henry's been gone for, oh man, 3 years, he made an impact on certain people, and they still think of him, talk about him fondly. They still show that they still love him. They love his memory. Okay, so I don't know what I'm going to put there, if I'm going to put anything there. I have this picture, but I already have that cut out, and it really wasn't a good picture because it cut part of his head off, so I'm not going to use that. This was a really good picture of him playing the guitar, but I don't really think I'm going to put it over there. I'm going to put it on this side. So I'm going to continue on with that. I think I'm going to put this, because this is all related. So I'm going to go ahead and put this picture. This was his 65th birthday party. We had such a good time. It was bitter cold, but people still came. Trim some of that, but I forgot I bought this little trimmer. I forgot I even had it, so I'm going to go ahead and trim that up a little bit. I have a bigger one, and it's a pain in the butt most of the time, so this will be a lot easier for this type of thing. I'm going to trim that off. I want to keep the end of it. I don't need the whole thing. I have the picture, so and it's really weird, the glare. I can't see where the cutter is. Okay. Did I do 4 sides? No. Alright, let me go ahead and do this side and go. Alright, not the best cutter I've had, but it works and I'm happy with it. It's doing what I need. So I really think that what I'm going to do is, I want it in this timeless, maybe like that. I'm not done. I want to just put some other things here. This was a picture of our cat, May. It's hard to see, but whenever he played the guitar, I had to blow it up because it was from a distance. She would come over and she would listen. And most of the time she would just, sit next to him. But that day, I don't remember what song he was playing, but it was just beautiful. It sounded so beautiful. And she came over and she put her head right next to his guitar. It was just so precious. It really was. It's not a good picture because it's pixelated and you can't really see too much, but I know what it is. And that's all that matters. So if you're making a glue book about memories, unless you want it to be shared like as a scrapbook, just do whatever. It doesn't have to be perfect. That's the whole point of this. Perfection is not necessary when you're healing from something. If you want it to be perfect, then go for it. But in my situation here, that is not where I'm at. So since I had to cut that white piece off, his head got cut off, I'm going to do it this way, where the picture, this picture goes on top. and it'll just look like it was collaged, you know, in a different way. Maybe I'll do it there. That looks good like that. And I like that little bit of writing there. What else do I have? And I have this. This was the sign that we had when we got married. We had it sitting in front of our, well, the second time when we renewed our vows. And I think that will, maybe I'll do that. Yeah, I think that'll work. It'll work okay. I could do it there. I think I'll do it there. I think that's a better spot for it. And I am going to trim this out. I really dislike stuff that's crooked. So let's go ahead, trim that up. Now I got a nice spot here. I think I gotta get a little bit more off of there. There we go. It's not as good as a Fiskars. But it will do. That's what I should have done in the first place, was just cut it with this thing, and that would have been straight. But sometimes you just don't. You just go for it. Alright, so what did I decide? I decided I wanted the writing to show. I do want that to be straight up there. And the reason I wanted this picture is because of the guitar. It shows it's the same guitar, you know. He loved that guitar. And then this is the one that my nephew has. He loved that one too. And I don't even remember. I remember this as a Gretsch, but I don't remember what the other one is. But it's really just there's so much more I could do on this. I mean, I could add all kinds of things. I could put a guitar pick in there. I have, you know, pictures of his ties, his favorite ties. I could put some small pictures of those on here. I can do whatever. Okay, I don't like it there. Yeah, there's better. All right. Okay, yeah, I like it over there better. And then I will put this one. I pushed down on it a little bit too much, so it flared out. May is no longer with us, and we loved her so much. She was such a good cat. She was the sweetest thing. She had a thyroid condition, and she was allergic to the medicine, and oh my God. She got so skinny. She weighed like 1 pound and 2 pounds or something when she passed away. Oh, it was horrible. I feel so bad about that too. Believe me, I wouldn't have done it if I didn't have to. So I think I'm going to put this picture of, where in the heck is Butters? I thought I had one of Butters. No, I'm not going to do it without Butters, so maybe I'll cut this picture out. I don't know. We'll see. I still have this hat. I cut myself out of it when I printed it. I didn't need to print my own picture. This isn't about me. So I will put the link if you're interested in listening to it. Just listen to the lyrics. It's kind of cute. Kind of cute. He was just such a loving, caring man. I was blessed to have him in my life. There's no doubt about that. That looks good. Looks balanced. I like it. Okay. Yeah, I pushed down way too hard on it. I didn't realize how soft it was. It's 50 degrees out today. So I'm going to put it, yeah, put it there. And I could have trimmed that some more, but I think this is fine. I'll put something, maybe I'll take one of his ties that I make pictures and put his favorite right there, because he used to like to wear ties when he was out to jam nights and things like that. So anyway, he was the love of my life for sure. I couldn't ask for anyone better than him. I couldn't ask for anyone to love me as much as he did. He showed me his love every single day. Not with things, but with his actions. Just the way he looked at me, told me he loved me. He would have done anything for me. And I would have done anything for him. But I guess we have to be grateful that I had him for 9.5 years. But at least it's here now. And if I forget at some point, if I get, have issues mentally or whatever, I'll see this and I'll know. I mean, I've took enough pictures. I have lots of pictures, hundreds, and videos. I've done so many videos. But I loved it. I loved doing all that. So anyway, thank you for watching and listening to me sniffle. But, yeah. Sometimes healing is not, sometimes it's pleasant. Sometimes something will just make you cry. Anyway, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for him. I'm grateful for Gary for doing it, for being his friend and mine. I'm very grateful. Bye-bye. Today, just a little short thing. I was going through this to make sure everything was still glued down, and I remembered that I had made this just a tuck spot. So I printed off some of these pictures, really because I came across this recipe that's in his handwriting. And I'm not really sure what it's for. Not really. He didn't write what it was, but he loved to cook. So I want to, there we go. It's just a little tight. It's okay though. I just want to put that in there because even their handwriting at times can give you comfort just because they wrote it. So I printed out, I just made a collage and I printed these out. I don't know that I really want to cut it up because they're so small. But he loved to cook. He especially loved to cook for me. He loved to eat. I'm trying to remember where this was. It might have been at Jim Dandy's in Hobart, I don't know. These were some of his favorite ties. Not all, he had a lot. So I'm just going to leave them and just going to put them in here. Now, this is, well, maybe I'll do it on top of that. This only means that I don't have to glue everything into a glue book. It gives you options on, you know, I made a background and I added some pieces and it looks really cool. And I really love, just by looking at this, that when I open this page, I am going to see his face and his joy. He just absolutely loved baking. And he loved eating. He was a foodie for sure. Now these are too small, but when I made the it's here somewhere. I don't think I have uploaded it yet. I wanted to add some pictures. Sorry about that. I thought I knew where it was. There it is. I thought it was closer to the front. But there was a couple of spots where I felt like I needed something. So one of the things that he was really, really fond of, I mean, he was dedicated to, besides music, was airplanes. World War II. That was his thing. So in this case, I will cut this smaller version out. I am not a straight cutter. I'm telling you. If I don't have a cutting board to do it, they're going to be crooked. But that's okay. Don't sweat the small stuff. Maybe I'll just take the one off of there. Trim it up. Now I used glue stick on this, and sometimes glue stick will pop up. What I did is I took some parchment paper and I went over it with my little iron. And warmed it up, and then it sealed it. It's nice and secure now, so it happens. So I could put that there. I think I'm going to cut it out further. not perfect. I don't know. I thought it seemed like a good idea at the time. I'm not sure I like it. So I'm not going to get rid of it. I will use it somewhere else, but maybe I just need to use the guitar one. This one was folded over. To show the whole tie. I'm just going to do that, I think. Not perfect, but we'll see how that looks. If it looks good. I think I'm just going to do one side. And that's the thing. You have choices. You can do whatever you want. It just represents the things that he loved and enjoyed. Now that I don't mind. I like that one. So I don't like gluing pictures in these because they do pop up. But I'm going to go ahead and glue this one down. And if it pops up on me, then I will iron it. And all that is doing is just adding to the guitar theme. You don't have to. You can do whatever you want. I just didn't know what I wanted at the time when I started doing this. I thought I was just going to put the whole thing in there. And then I decided against it. Because that's what you do. So anyway, this is an update on this one. I just filmed this. I have to add some pictures. So now that that's in there, let me see if I have something else I can add. I love that skull tie, but it doesn't really. I think I'll just leave those be. But I do like finishing that section off. There's a little spot I missed right there. And basically all you have to do is just put more glue on. And then iron it and it should stay down. I'm not going to do that right now. But you just take some paper, and the iron isn't hot. No, it's not hot. So I'm not going to waste time doing that. But anyway, this is how it turned out. I really like it. I'm really happy with it. It just needed that. That's all it needed. Just needed that. Just to take off that edge. It didn't look right to me. And then this says, loved you then, love you still, always have, always will. And I'm just going to, in marker, there we go. I loved you then, and love you still, always have, always will. I don't really need to add anything more. I can write something in there, but I think this is exactly how I want it to be. I do miss him terribly. I miss his music. I miss his laugh, his smile, his jokes. He was an amazing man. I'm grateful that he was in my life. Thank you for watching.